You went there alone?
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's nice. Oh, love this. Did you make this? Like this too?
No,
What's
just
your...
ordered it. My name is Daria, and I'm originally from middle of Russia, and around 7 or 8 years ago I moved to Finland to study environmental engineering, and that's how my journey began. I work for the University of Applied Sciences as a production assistant, and then I also work as a consultant for the World Bank for climate investment funds, where I lead youth engagement and also consult on different subjects related to clean energy. And then I have a lot of side projects that I like doing. For example, I have my Telegram channel where I share opportunities on how everybody can do sustainability as part of their hobby or a job. And then the second one is my blog and Instagram, where I create a lot of climate education content or just like inspire people to be more sustainable. I think when I started studying, like, I was pretty curious to learn about the connections in nature, like how ecosystems work. I wanted to share it because like, once I learned it, I was like, how come nobody's talking about it in my mother tongue? So I tried to make it mainstream so that people don't only talk about the weather, oh the weather is nice, but also understand that like there is a bigger phenomena happening, like why there are so many floodings, why there are so many forest fires, why each summer it feels like, I don't know, planet is burning, what humans doing it differently, and then how we can do better. Because I feel like a lot of people, like once they get to know about the issues, they will really want to help somehow, and like there are many ways how we can do it in our life. Like if you're a designer, you can become a designer for a climate project, or if you are even working in the restaurant, you can think like what are the things that you can change in your workplace to make it more sustainable. Or if you like want to get into this as a career project, like that's where I thought my role could be. So we started accumulating, you know, different vacancies, fellowships, jobs, internships, volunteering projects together in the platform, and that kicked off very nicely. Right now we are continuing it in Europe as well. Understanding the connection to nature, maybe just going for a hike to the forest or something like that. Like once you are in nature and then you see plastic lying around, or you understand that climate is changing, biodiversity, we are losing biodiversity, like water pollution is happening, like then you start maybe questioning like if this is the world you want to leave behind yourself. That's actually like surprisingly hard question. Sorting waste. Yeah, sure. Like I can't imagine, you know, really throwing everything into like one pile and just disposing out of it like on a regular basis. Like yeah, it happens. We're all humans. It happens sometimes, but you try to do your best, you know, to do it regularly. And if you think about it, the governments and companies, they're not like faceless entities. They're also people working, and that's why I feel empowered to share with others that like, hey, if you're an employee at a big company, like, you can also do something, you count for something. You can establish like green office initiative, or you can ask, you know, hey, like how about we have this like waste which we just throw away, how about we try to think like to which company we can sell it, which can use it again, you know, and how to loop different elements in the system. Like yeah, that's something that we as individuals in the roles of our, you know, in the role of our job can actually contribute to. Maybe also the diet. Yeah, one big thing that everybody can do is decrease the meat consumption. Not asking to remove the, you know, the fancy steak if it's somebody's pleasure, but decreasing, you know, every now and then, because like beef contributes more than chicken. So even if you change beef consumption to chicken, it's better. If you want to first steps, like this is a great way to start it. So the gardening journey also became kind of spontaneously. Living in Finland, there are things like community gardens, which basically, if you live in some district, you can apply for, and they can give you a spot in a smaller town. I got it in the same year that I applied for, and with that kind of background, I came and applied to Aalto Autonomy Gardens. Spot, which I'm super happy about. So I started doing it as a community garden, because I use garden as a tool to empower others. I also create reels about gardening and tell others how we can do it more sustainably, or just, you know, reconnect with nature as we discussed, because for me it's all about like finding that why for each of the people, and then once they know why they want to be sustainable, they can find a way. Like
Oh.
it's about that connection, reconnection to nature.
True.
So I inspire others to do the same. Just like, you know, get plants, let it be household plants or garden plants.
Yeah. So have you already started to arrange the stuff that you can plant, or?
Yeah, so the first year is usually like very exploratory because I don't know the soil, I don't know how the sun
Okay.
moves, you know, like everything is going to be a test.
I'm looking forward to see how the garden gonna feel like.
Yeah, let's go watch it.
Yeah.
So as you can see today I was trying to plant things around and I realized that pretty much 4 raised beds would go, which means quite many plants actually. One raised bed would have maybe like 20 plants at the end. And of course potatoes in the bag because it's nice, there is a lot of sun and you don't really need like much space in the garden, you can just grow it in the bag. Yeah. For me gardening is like, it's about many things, like the idea of coming out of the house that I can just hop on the bike and go through the forest, enjoy the nature meanwhile, enjoy the sunny day, do something nice, produce food and plants. That's for me is also like something that, you know, ignites that fire and passion in me. It can be hard depending on the city, like in the capitals it's harder than in smaller towns, but I mean don't get discouraged because I got the garden in the first year I tried in Mikkeli and in the first year I tried in Helsinki, so just look around, preferably like a year before and in the winter so that you know which communities associations there are, because like every spring they opened applications. So I would say that yeah, just try it out if it's something that resonates with you. Just see if there are any other community gardens in your city, and if not, maybe that's something that you can apply to grant and start doing in your community, because that brings people together and that reconnects people with nature, and I think that's the whole point. I actually just learned by doing, that's the whole motto of my life. I was quite lucky to, oh look at the goose. Nice weather. We're not the only one enjoying it.
True.